Hi, in this video, I would like to give you a demo using Figma component how I created a real application of products without creating React components. I connected the Figma components into a real data, real commerce data. How I did this? Let's take a look. These are the steps I took to do that. So first of all, I used a already existing e-commerce template UI components. For example, this is my component. How did I get this component? I didn't create this. I copied from commercetools booster, the commerceBooster UI template for commerce application developed by Divante. And here how it looks like these components. I just copied this component into my Figma file, and at the second stage I just synced my file to the AWS Amplify Studio. Here you can see here I can sync, I can do my settings, and you can see here I just have my file and I just synced, and you see here I got a product, and this is a product collection I created extra, but this is what it looks. This is what it has a reference. With this I was able to get a React components. I can get my components here. It's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So you can get the component, how to import the component, how to get the latest sync, and also it has instructions to add it to my project. I followed these to get the component and add it to my Create React app. Let me show my Create React app. So this is my Create React app, which has now references to my product collection, which is coming from UI component, which I didn't create. I created using AWS Amplify. And you can see here on the results section, I could see here, these are the products which are coming from real project, which was coming from commercetools data. You see here, the commercetools data. I've used TypeScript SDK to get data, and also I've used GraphQL. So let me show it to you on the Merchant Center. This is a commercetools Merchant Center where you can see these are the product data. I didn't have a product data, so I've used a project which commercetools offers as a template e-commerce project. You can also look into this open source repository to get into the product data. Follow these instructions, so you should be also able to get these huge list of product data. Once I have this, I also kind of use the GraphQL to get the list of products. Primarily, I'm interested in getting the name, the price, and the image URL for my application. So I've used this GraphQL query, and you can also use this GraphQL playground. And once I'm happy with this, and then I followed some of the instructions here I created a while ago last year, and I've used the SDK, the TypeScript SDK, and you could see here this is what the call I'm making, and this is how I'm getting the results. I'm going to show you in the code. For example, I'm using the use state and use effect. You could see here the code, the product collection. We're just passing the product collection data. So by default, the product collection data is, let me show you on the, it's a use state which has only 2 empty objects. I'm going to show you while the product data is getting, you're going to see the 2 empty default values of products. You can see here, and it's 3 places. That's because on the use effect, I'm making a call to commercetools, a GraphQL call, where I'm passing my product collection query, and once I get this data, I'm updating this data to my product collection data, so you see the results. And if you look at the product collection query, what you see here, it's the same as what you see here in this product collection query. So I'm just copying the same thing. So with this, I'm able to kind of do a data binding to my React component, and at the end I'm able to see the product list as a shopping cart product list here. So you have to see here, I didn't create the React component. I want to show you, this is an example. This is a component which is coming from AWS Amplify Studio. This is a component which created by AWS Amplify Studio. All I did was just checking it out, this code. All I was running this code on my terminal, and this is how I'm going to use it. So with this, I was able to get my component, which is on a Figma component, and using the real data, I was able to get into the real up and running project without creating a React component. By just doing a data binding, by just converting this my Figma component into a React component, not by me, but AWS Amplify, using AWS Amplify. So this really helped me just to get my Figma component from here into this working example. So I'm just checking it out if I miss anything. So it looks, just summarizing this is a Figma component. This is the component I created. Here, I didn't create a new component, but I just copied from the commerceBooster template or components from Divante. And it's a AWS Amplify. I made a sink to here so that I can generate my React components. Once I did this, I just added these components to my Create React app. And I showed you, this is my Create React app. And once you have this in place, now it's the time to connect the real data. To connect real data through API, I've used TypeScript SDK of commercetools and a GraphQL. And I already demonstrated how to get the product data using the open source repository to get the data for this from a template Sunrise project. And I've used the SDK, the TypeScript SDK, to make a call and a query. And also I've used the GraphQL query to fetch the products, to display these products, to get the first 20 products from my database. And finally, this is what you see as an end result of this data. So I hope this is useful. Thank you very much for watching.